What is up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Marauders, beating the market one trade at a time. For your new Marauders, an investment channel, helps you find best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Definitely helps the YouTube algorithm promote the video. So, in 2020, we have seen the birth of a lot of EV trucks. So EVs have basically taken over. It's not just Tesla anymore. Tesla does not own, the market. You got Porsche makes EVs, Chevy makes EVs, GM makes EVs. We've seen the birth of Nikola Motors in 2020. So a lot of companies overall have just jumped into this EV niche. But one of the things that has sparked my interest has been the showdown of electric trucks. So let's start off with the first one with GM. So GM is actually bullish at the current moment, denoted by this moving average 10 line being above the moving average 50 and the moving average 100. Its moving average 10 is 34.44. Moving average 50 is 31.16, and the moving average 100 is 28.82. Ended the day today at 35.82, so pretty good metric as far as that's concerned. So GMC, which is part of GM, just recently announced their Hummer. So if you remember the Hummer, it was those old, basically gas guzzling trucks. People who had a Hummer, you're like, man, you had a whole bunch of money to pay for gas. But now their new Hummer is all electric. So it looks pretty slick, in my personal opinion. This is a video of it. So going into some specs from it, says it is available at 1,000 horsepower and 11,500 pounds or foot-pounds of torque. So pretty good metrics for that. And then also talking about the different types of tires that it has. It's underbody cameras, which to me is kind of a first of its kind. I've never really heard of a vehicle with underbody cameras. Usually, you just hear about cameras on the outside or like the sensors for the Tesla vehicles for self-driving, but underbody cameras, definitely something interesting. Interested to see how those would actually work. Here's some more pictures of the vehicle in extreme terrain. Looking at the bottom, I'm wondering where they're actually putting those cameras at. Is it part of this or is it a part of this? Underbody cameras to me is something that can easily be broken, in my personal opinion. So fun fact, when I was in high school way back in the day, I used to help install parts on people's cars, and one of the things that people like to install was neon. So putting neon on people's cars was kind of like the phase back then. But people always think I'll put the neon on my car, I'm gonna drive as fast as I can. Then your bulbs get busted. So now they make better bulbs. They're in shatterproof cases, but way back then, it was not the best quality. Before LEDs kind of took off, it was like they were LEDs, but they were just terrible grade quality overall. So things on the underbody of vehicles, I'm not really feeling. It may be a con, but hopefully there's a way to like disable that. Now I do understand the purpose for having it on there. If you're in an off-terrain situation, you want to see what's below you. That I see makes sense, but I don't know how often people are going to be using that in practicality. So this is some inside stuff. This is with the top off, so it looks pretty nice in my opinion. 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, so it's not a slow truck by any means. This is some more of the interior. It looks very spacious, very nice in my opinion. But then, the part that I'm going to go to down here, which I think is going to be, make it one of the competitors, is the estimated 350 plus miles of range. So that's, a really good metric for me. And, when I'm looking at vehicles, especially considering, this is a truck, it's not a small vehicle. And then 100 miles of range in 10 minutes of charging. So that also, I think, is a very competitive number because not only do people want to have large amount of range, they want to be able to charge their vehicle quickly and be able to go where they want to go. So hopefully as time goes on, there'll be an increase of charging stations throughout the U.S. to accommodate all these vehicles. I assume there would be, considering the birth of all of these EV vehicles and becoming more of a common practical thing as time goes on. Now going to the next one, we got the most popular one, the most high demand one in my personal opinion. We got the Cybertruck. So jumping into Tesla, who makes the Cybertruck, their moving average 10 is $433.86. Moving average 50 is $420.20. The moving average 100 is $339.73. So they ended the day today at $420.28. So not that bad as far as metrics are concerned. I would say that they are bullish at the current moment, but very close to being bearish. So I would say they are bullish, but very close to being bearish. And we'll see how this actually behaves. If this bounces off of this moving average 50 line tomorrow, then I'd say, yeah, it's bullish. But it's very close and very hard to tell whether it's bullish or bearish, especially considering where it ended the day today. Now, this is the Cybertruck. If you all aren't familiar with what the Cybertruck is, Elon Musk drove the prototype around, and the one that they're going to be developing is going to be looking basically a lot similar to this one. So there's some specs of it: 0 to 60 in less than 6.5 seconds. So it's going to be slower than the Hummer, but it's the Cybertruck. So you can go and pre-order it on here. And one feature that it will have that it's not going to be in the Hummer is going to be this full self-driving. So full self-driving, I think, is the number one advantage to have the Cybertruck over the competitor truck. So with full self-driving, you basically don't have to worry when you're driving. It's going to drive itself. That technology is, very advanced, and I think it's very advantageous to have. Now, it comes in 3 different trims: single motor trim, dual motor trim, all-wheel drive, and tri-motor trim, which are starting at $39,000 to $69,000. If we go and compare that price to the Hummer price, the Hummer price, goes all the way to $112,000. So even if you buy the most advanced, Cybertruck package, let's say you bought the $69,000 one, and then you got the $8,000 option for self-driving, you would still be basically under this Hummer EV2. So GMC, is making a lot of promises with the Hummer vehicle, but Cybertruck to me could be the most bang for your buck, because you get full self-driving, which a lot of cars are not going to have, and you also get to have it for a cheaper price. So different strokes for different folks. But let's go into the last one, which is made by Nikola Motors. So Nikola Motors just recently IPO'd this year. Brand new company as far as the stock market is concerned. The company itself has been around for a while. A lot of crazy stuff going on between the CEO and a lot of different things. But they made a deal with GM. So ironically, GM is actually going to be partnering with Nikola. So GM, it's almost like a dual GM thing on here. But Nikola is still Nikola. It's not, fully GM. They just have a board member and 11% stake in Nikola. So I would say Nikola is still its own thing. Their moving average 10 is $22.08. Moving average 50 is $30.40. And the moving average 100 is $40.95. So they ended the day today at $20.91. Looks like after hours they went up 88 cents, or just 8 cents, to end at $20.99. Now let's go into some background information on them. So this is the truck that they are marketing. It's called the Nikola Badger. So I haven't seen this truck actually in person. I've just seen renders of it. But they're supposed to be releasing it at Nikola World 2020, which I think is in December. So this is, what the inside's supposed to look like. This is the outside. So a lot of things, on the horizon as far as trucks are concerned. If we look at their side view mirrors, they're actually cameras. So pretty interesting concept, for the company. 600-mile range. So this definitely will have the largest range for a battery compared to the other ones. Now it's battery and fuel cell, so 300 battery miles, 300 fuel cell miles. Towing capacity 120 kilo. 8,000 pounds. So I was reading the wrong one. Fuel cell is 120 kilowatts. Towing capacity is 8,000 pounds. It's got 4x4 independent wheel drive. And then this gives the dimensions, and its peak torque is 980. So I think overall, the Hummer, in my opinion, looks the nicest. But price-wise, it's pretty crazy high as far as price. Then second, I would put, the Cybertruck, and then last I'll put Nikola Badger, just because all the stuff that the company is going through, with the CEO and all other stuff. I think it kind of puts a damper on the company as a whole. So I would rank, Hummer number one, just because I think the inside looks amazing. Cybertruck, on the other hand, I think there'll be a high demand for it because it's Tesla, and the self-driving feature, is pretty awesome. But I don't think that, majority of people need that feature to drive a truck, especially if truck people. Truck people are like, kind of do-it-yourselfer type people. So that market, I feel like, will cater more towards the GMC style of truck. So drop a comment down below. Tell me which stocks you guys are looking at. And good luck to everybody trading out there. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.